Hey everybody.
Hey everybody, welcome to TFT, Tarot for Today. Divine Dabblings with
Oberon.
and me, Banshee.
I thought Trick or Treat was a couple days ago.
Welcome to our post-Halloween show. I still refuse to give up on Halloween. I still have some of my Halloween decks, although I've added some other ones in. Libra's here too. Violet, the list is a lot longer than 4. So, I don't know. I could read off what I have. There's Jennifer, Scorpio, Lena, V, Jackie, Dark, Lessa, Vicky, Orchid, Anthony, and Libra. Holy moly. Hi, everybody.
Well, it looks like you can retire then and we'll have to take over.
Oh, no. You're not seeing all those people.
Yeah.
Gee, I don't know whether you have to go back out and come back in.
Do you
and
have a
see.
setting for top chat, live chat? Because sometimes that does it.
Yeah, refresh the screen and see what you get.
Maybe it's that. And Sunny's
Anthony,
here.
good to see you. Well, I missed a Lions game, but I caught the last one, but my predictions were wrong. So now I'm 4-1, and boy, am I glad my prediction was wrong. They won, you know. So I missed 2 games this season with predicting. I think 2 games, right? But anyway. Don't worry, Lena. We know what your question is. Spear reading for the year 24 on your health. Got it. Okay.
Well, let's do the regular stuff we do.
Yes, let's do the regular stuff we do while Violet checks what's going on in her world. Well, I am telling you, I really do think the Lions are going to go up, into the playoffs for sure. We'll see what happens after that. All right, put the Spirit Throne out there for the Beloved Dead Oracle. And we'll see who is sitting on the Spirit Throne. Today in the Catholic calendar is known as All Souls Day, when we used to honor our beloved who have passed. So I thought using the Beloved Dead deck might be a nice touch today. And Mr. O there, always read upright, so you can pick our beloved dead's message. No peeky. No peekied.
Reverse too?
No reversed.
Oh, that's cute.
What is it called?
Competition.
It looked like it. I've had that card myself before. All right. Competition is sitting on the throne, so let's see what it says. It indicates an individual or ancestor who loves watching or participating in sports and games, deriving great pleasure from the race, rivalry, drive, discipline, the thrill, and the tests of mettle. So pulling this card basically could mean that personally, you could be personally stick handling a contender, drawn into a contest or a clash of wills, a battle of wits, or some lively jockeying for position. In a way, it kind of reminds me of the 5 of Wands in the tarot. Competition also looks at your performance style under pressure. This card asks, when you're in a situation that tests your courage and your stamina, do you fight to or perform well? Or fight to perform well? Or do you listen to monkey mind chatter from the childhood playbook? You're no good, nobody believes in you, you can't win. Typically, a contest involves 2 sides or teams, you and fill in the blank. Yet there's a third energy at play sitting on the sidelines waiting for directions. Consider this your spirit cheerleader. If you continually doubt your ability, feel the monkeys, or are too hard on yourself, you become a house divided. Your spirit cheerleader follows your unconscious lead, hops over to the opponent's side, and now it's against you. The beloved debt of competition is on your side. It reminds you of the importance of self-advocacy. In order to operate at peak performance, choose you. Practice, prepare, set realistic expectations, and eliminate all of the old scripts and rules from your childhood. It's not whether you win or lose, it's how you play your own game. I love it. I really like the way that went.
It's really nice because it sort of feels like it's bringing a touch of the physical to the unearthly, unphysical. In a
The
way.
ethereal. And, this could also mean that if you had an ancestor who is very much interested in sports and competition, either watched or played a lot, it might be that they are trying to touch base with you, or it might be a good time, to offer a prayer or some, thoughts their way, light a candle for them, etc. But the other thing about competition and how you perform is equally an important message here. If you're gonna play to win, you have to believe in yourself. It's important, So trust in yourself to win at whatever it is you are involved in.
All right.
All right. That's what
Hey,
I have
Kara.
for the collective. Hey, Kara. All right. I do love this deck. All right. So now where's Kara? And there's Kara. Did you see that Violet wrote that? And
Oh, okay.
Kara pops up and Sunny is here, Kara. I've had a day today, so I'm just trying to get it together. I had to switch our cable boxes. That was fun. Had to go to the cable provider and drop off some equipment. Oh my goodness. But the good news was our son and granddaughter visited. We were able to give our granddaughter her little Halloween treats. Hey, she's a senior in high school, but she still gets treats.
And we were able to give our son, him and his wife's anniversary gift. And their anniversary was Halloween, October 31st. They got married on Halloween. How do we know that? Because we performed their wedding
We
ceremony.
did, as ministers.
Yes.
So it was such fun. It was so great.
Great
I loved
memory.
it. All right, I believe Jennifer's first. And yes, Mr. O thought that might be the problem, Violet. So glad you fixed it. And I believe Jennifer is first. Am I right? Because that's what I had on my list.
Yeah, Jennifer was first.
All right.
There we go. Will it be long-term with Pisces this time? I really want it to.
Want to use your deck to start?
Yeah, okay. How do you want to do that? 3 cards and
Let's
then...
see what 3 cards say.
Okay.
Let's do that.
And I'm going to use the Adrian Tarot.
But believe it or not, Xfinity gave us, what is it called? A loyalty reward. And we're getting $15 off our bill monthly now.
Woohoo!
Woohoo! So, what fun is that? But I had a day. It was just a crazy day running around. And tomorrow's no exception. I got to go to a dermatologist tomorrow. Appointment. Workout.
Okay, the first card is Temperance reversed.
Okay.
Then it's the Ace of Swords reversed.
Jeez.
I know what Violet's saying.
Turn your deck around.
And then it's the reversed King of Discs.
That's really sad because I actually have something else here.
The dog. And the lily.
You know, I won't rule out that it will be long term. We may have to do a yes no just to clarify, but because these cards are rather negative. But there's just some hope here with the Lenormand, so I'm a little confused. What was that first card? Temperance reversed. You know, it just seems like there may be some things yet that are rocky, you know, out of balance, whether it's the Pisces emotions, you know, that they can't seem to wrap their head around, you know, a long-term relationship
water
yet.
figures prominently into temperance, and it is about balance. But in the same respect, Pisces itself has balance kind of things about it with its dual fish icons. So it may be saying that, you know, whether or not it can happen, there is a lot to do with stabilizing things. It may be the idea with the Ace of Swords that maybe there is somewhat a contest of wills that may be going on between Pisces and you, Pisces and others. That could be possible. So these are things that are challenges that maybe have to be worked on. Did you want to say something?
What's that last card?
It's the King of Discs reversed.
That's right. Well, he spoke of a contest of wills, and you know, I might have looked at that ace a little bit differently, but I really like that, and especially with the King of Pentacles here reversed, because it seems to me as though, I would say, Jennifer, that the Pisces might be a little bit stubborn, you know, and a little bit set in their ideas and ways of what the way they want to see things go. And so the contest of wills really plays into that for me. But the problem here is that, you know, all this looks kind of like, could this really withstand the test of time or not? Well, with work, you know, and both partners willing to work on the relationship, it is possible. And the reason I say that is because I've got the dog and the lilies here. You know, it's almost as if one or both of you are really going to be striving to try to, you know, remain loyal and to be with each other long term. Because I kind of get that from the lilies. The dog is about loyalty, trust, and friendship, you know, and so maybe that could mean over time things could, you know, maybe gel more.
There seems to be with those Lenormand some innate reason why there's a willingness to want to do that. But this may be that, you know, despite astrological signs and everything, there are strong personalities here, and there are also tendencies to under or over manage. Maybe it flips or flops. So, you know, it's going to be challenging. It's nothing here is saying specifically yes or no.
Yeah, honestly, you know, I almost don't even want to do the yes/no today, Jennifer. I
Come back to it maybe in a week or two. Or
I
whatever.
recommend in about 2 weeks, let's come back and look at this again. I mean, you can come back and ask another question, but let's look at this again. I really think you know, if nothing else, maybe it's because you guys have some kind of bond or tie together. You know, you really can be good friends at times to each other, but that lilies makes me think that this could go more long term. It's just that I really feel that the cards are indicating right now, things are still a little bit unbalanced. And maybe that's why it's not giving us a clear indication of yes or no. So take it for what it's worth right now. And let's check on this again in a couple weeks. All right?
Yeah, that's the best we can do tonight.
You know, sometimes the cards are just crystal clear. And other times, you know, even if the cards are leaning negative, just because there's this kind of push-pull between the Lenormand and the tarot, that I feel we should wait and we should check it out again. All right, Scorpio. Hey.
Can I ask what is next for Robert and I, please? That's your deck.
All right. And I will be using the Cat People Tarot. I brought that one out.
And yeah, I have my shimmery stuff going on again.
Oh, yeah, you're sparkly.
Yes, I'm a sparkly vampire.
Oh, when we had our son by, we could have asked about stuff like that. Why is that happening?
I know, we forgot.
Well, I hope the contest of wills makes sense to you here. You know that, and also the fact that I feel the Pisces is a little bit on the stubborn side, you know? Likes to kind of dig their heels in. What's next for Robert and Scorpio? Okay. I have the Eight of Wands upright. I have the Six of Pentacles upright. Such a cool card. I have the Hermit reversed. 2 out of 3 upright, not bad.
In Lenormand, I pulled the Ship. And the Mountain. What's up with that?
Yeah, that's going to be an interesting one to interpret. All right, so what's up? What's next for Robert and you? You know, there's a lot of energy towards maybe rekindling something from the past, or at least doing things in the past that made you both happy. You know, I'm wondering about that. What do you think of those two cards? I'm looking at the Eight of Wands and the Six of Coins. Right?
Well, to me,
it's the Six of Coins. You're right. I was reading it like the Six of Cups. Let me start again. Thank you.
Well, I feel like there is this movement or energy, but I think it's maybe saying there's something magnanimous happening that maybe each of you may be trying to say there's a greater good or there's some greater thing beyond that. And so it's less of a focus on the personal, maybe as something a little bit more abstract in a way.
You know, now that I've got the card right, I would just say that there's a lot of energy, that Eight of Wands, there's movement and energy, and also maybe this has to do with communication, how you communicate with each other or not, that is leading itself towards more of a give and take sort of situation. You know, where, okay, if you're willing to compromise on this, I'll do that. You know, there's kind of like a trying to work things out better, you know, kind of an attitude that I see here, which is kind of positive. I hope it's true.
Hi, Christine.
Hey, Christine, good to see you. And leading into the Hermit card, I'm not sure what I want to say with that yet.
Well, from what I said about this idea that maybe some of this is becoming less on the personal without it feeling impersonal, that's also a quality going on here with the Hermit reverse, that maybe some of this is also trying to move towards an understanding of some sort of where, you know, your personal meets your private, you know, whether or not these things actually do kind of weather that. I mean, there maybe still are some boundary issues going on, but like I said, each of you may be trying to be magnanimous in that give or take that, you know, Banshee's talking about there. So it seems like it is moving to the energy of trying to resolve this without necessarily giving in or the appearance of giving in. I guess there's a sense of ego here involved for both you and Robert, is what it may sound like, you know, like not necessarily losing a part of yourselves to the idea of creating, you know, your summation there.
Yeah, it's such a weird card for me here. I'm not looking at the Hermit the exact same way. I almost think like maybe this could be you both being willing to share more of your feelings with each other, your innermost thoughts and feelings. maybe coming out now, because the Hermit is about kind of coming out of the cave, so to speak. He's got more knowledge now and is willing to share. And so I think if you've been going through any crises or issues, this might be, a time where you might be able to be more open about things, and how you feel.
So in a way, the Lenormand is kind of a summation of this loftier talk here, the idea that maybe there are some struggles or challenges that are in the road towards movement, but, it isn't going to stop the movement itself. The movement towards each other or towards some sort of course together is still going to happen, even if there are some impediments in the way.
Yeah. I like it. And, well, I look at the mountain and the ship and I'm thinking, maybe obstacles are starting to fall down now, Okay. Maybe this mountain is yeah, it's hard to move a mountain, let's put it that way. But the mountain is facing the ship, and so I'm kind of thinking here that things are starting to move. Maybe some things that were obstacles or blockages, maybe there's some progress now possibly happening, between the two of you. I don't know if you're experiencing that yet, or that maybe it's going to be coming. I hope so.
Good luck.
So good luck with that.
Hey, Christine, and that's very nice to say that. That's kind of interesting because, I guess we do see you more likely on Sundays.
Thursdays are a quieter night, sort of.
It is a quieter night.
But sometimes, like tonight, it will fill up. So, we never know for sure. Lately, we were hardly getting people. We ended early, I think, a show or two, or right on time.
And Lena Singe wants the question, spirit reading for the year 2024 on their health. Will their health improve? Okay, and I'm going to use my Star Spinner deck, the kind of whimsical deco Art Nouveau-ish style.
We should put the 3 cards out. I'm not sure I want to go with my method or not.
Okay, 3 cards out.
It depends on what I see there, I think. Health readings are a little more complicated.
That's for sure. All right, Lena, we got it. All right. Just want me to lay them out?
Well, let me know what they are, yes.
Okay, so the 8 of coins.
Upright?
Upright.
Awesome.
8 of coins are pentacles.
Okay.
The upright Ace of Swords.
Okay.
And the reversed 4 of Wands, which of course is not necessarily a very bad card.
And here.
And right away I'm wondering if, you're thinking that there's a surgery that needs to happen, or somebody has talked about surgery, or something that's maybe invasive, Lena. And I have to tell you that I see most likely a good outcome if there is that. Just in general with the Ace of Swords is usually good if there are surgeries or things like that.
There are no red flags in this reading, Lena. It's pretty good. But, that's not to say it'll totally be an easy road for you because, number one, the 8 of Pentacles is here. And that indicates to me you really will have to work on whatever the issues are. If you're given a particular, what?
Regimen?
I guess. If you're given a particular regimen or diet or exercise to follow or drug therapy or physical therapy, follow it to the letter. The Ace of Swords indicates to me that maybe, there's a victory for you. If you do the work, you should come out ahead. There should be, better conditions for you. But like Mr. O said, sometimes that Ace of Swords can indicate a surgical procedure. So somebody may recommend, I'm not going to rule out that because I don't know what the problems are, that surgery might be necessary. So, but if it is, it should be successful, it looks like.
And I think that the Eight of Coins could also indicate that, this is a collaborative process of you working, with your health team, whether it's, people who are giving you, nutrition therapy or whatever else it is. You should definitely work with that. Be aware of, other, possibilities. With your health. And ultimately, I think this is talking about maybe some form of convalescence a little bit, where you mostly will need to have good surroundings and peace in your surroundings, to ensure that, you are recuperating well from what the situation may be.
It's funny you say that, because I'm looking at that Four of Wands, and I think it really ties into the house card in the Lenormand. We didn't say what the Lenormand cards were, but they are the house and the moon that Mr. O laid out there while he was talking. So it's the house and the moon, and I really feel that the house ties into the Four of Wands. In that,
Yeah, it does.
Spending relaxing time at home, making sure that your home environment is one that is conducive for healing, Lena, is going to be really important. I don't know if you'll really be convalescing so much as it might say that, there may be a little period where, you may have to do more from your home. It's possible. It is possible. You've got the moon and the home together here, which to me indicates that there is success for you and more comfort and security. And so I feel here that some of your fears about your health maybe will ease up, so long as you follow, doctor's orders, and you follow whatever the game plan is to make yourself better.
And you know what else, too? I think that the moon, a lot of times in many cultures and traditions, talks about healing, so the idea of the moon growing in size is a good sign for health. And of course, everything takes cycles of time to accomplish, and your health will improve in time is also the message here.
That's what we have for you.
All right, Lena.
Good luck with that. And V is up, right?
Yes.
Hi, V.
And is there a question? Because I don't think I saw it.
Well, I think she's going to post it now.
Okay.
Go ahead and post your question, V. And I'm going to get out. I've got the Crow Tarot.
And we just want to mention thanks to our moderator, Violet Lotus, who helps us keep the list in order and rephrases or re-puts the questions for us. Couldn't do it without you, so thank you so much for that. Don't forget to check out our astrological modality reading once a month. There was one a couple weeks ago when we went into Scorpio, but also we will probably be altering our astrology reading in the future, so stay tuned for that. Likewise, there's going to be some changes with your weird week, so watch the latest episode on Monday and we will announce what some of those changes will be.
Yep. Okay. So, we got V's question.
Okay.
And it's interesting that he's in Aries and you're a Taurus, because I'm in Aries on the cusp of Taurus. You can't get more cuspy than me. I was born within an hour of when the sun entered Taurus.
Okay.
Well, let's see. He ghosted you, so let's see if the cards pick anything up here. Well, what's come up really quickly again, except it's reversed, the Ace of Swords. And we have the Seven of Wands upright. Is that the Wands? I believe it is.
Yeah, I think so. Mm-hmm.
It's really odd, though, that there is no... Okay. And the Queen of Pentacles is reversed. I need to see. Okay, that's true. Some of the pips do not have...
Well, I hate to say it, V, but I'm not too sure about some things because I have the coffin in Lenormand.
Ooh, ouch.
And the next one is the stork. So I'm not sure how to read that, but Banshee does probably.
Oh, well, let's take a look at things here. I just want to say that somebody feels they have a real advantage here, and I'm going to guess it might be Robert, who just decided, I'm going to ghost you. I don't
No, it's
need
Romaine.
this. What? Oh, Romaine. Yeah, I'm sorry, Romaine. I'm going to ghost you. I pulled that up for a reason.
Well, you
I
took it out of the
see.
camera view.
Okay. So that Seven of Wands indicates to me somebody definitely is pulling a fast one here, in that, they feel like they've got, some power over you. That sort of, I don't know why. The Seven of Wands is usually a good card, but I'm thinking this about Romaine and what he did here. And I feel here it ties in, but you know what? To me, that whatever that is.
Wait a minute. This isn't the Seven of Wands. This is the Lovers.
What?
Or it's the Chariot.
Are you sure about that?
Well, why doesn't it say Seven of Wands
I want to
underneath?
show you something.
they
Because
don't?
also the Two of Pentacles doesn't say Two of Pentacles.
I see.
Okay.
Sorry.
That's all right. I got
Sorry.
confused at first too, but there are wands on there, so it's Seven of Wands.
Okay. Apologize.
The Crow Tarot has a few things about it that are
That I don't
quirky.
like.
I frankly I don't either, because I shouldn't have to guess at this. But
Okay.
so at any rate, that's why I went the way I did, because we've got two negative cards with this positive one, and I'm really thinking it's bringing it down a bit. And the reason is, too, the Ace of Swords, to me, they may feel they've got the upper hand here, but it was really an empty victory ultimately. What did they gain from this? What do people gain when they do something like that? I mean, not a heck of a lot. And the Queen of Pentacles here, too, reversed, could be two things I'm looking at here. The way you're feeling about this situation, that Romaine doesn't seem to care and just let you go just like that, after an argument, and is treating you poorly. Or the fact that they just don't care. I can almost feel like in this card with the Queen of Pentacles reversed, it could be indicating that's them and they just don't care.
Well, I want to believe that maybe some of this is a game, but it seems like it's a game that really has a serious underbelly there, and you got to wonder if there are issues that are just underlaying all this that are not being resolved, or that they're not really being very honest, and you've misjudged a lot of them or not. But that's hard for me to want to totally reconcile with the idea that it could just be a game. And that, so maybe there's some maturity levels here, but I don't see that clearly indicated, and you haven't talked like that's a big problem. Still, it overall seems like you might want to pull back a little bit for yourself and let the ghost have ghostly time.
Exactly. Maybe your friends are right not to reach out at this time. Because when people do an act like that, in a way, I wonder too if that Seven of Wands isn't a message for you. In that it's saying, look at how they ghosted you. How does that make you feel? It tells you a lot about a person who would do that, right? So maybe this is saying, in a way, advantage you, because now you kind of know how Romaine will respond to things like that, to conflict or disagreements, if they're ready to just snap, poof, and do something like that.
I'm not sure how I want to see the stork with the coffin, though. Does it sort of give me an idea that a part of this whole thing revolves around, you embracing the idea to some degree that there is this unsteadiness, and that it isn't necessarily a good commitment at this point?
Yes. Are you and Romaine a fairly new relationship? That's one thing I would like to know, because I would say two things about the Lenormand. This new beginning is coming to an abrupt end. That's the coffin. Or what this could mean to me is maybe Romaine is moving on, and that's why this is coming to an abrupt end. I'm sorry, I didn't want to have to be harsh, but these cards are not cooperating at this point in time. So I really feel, they're.
So there was a distance between your relationships. And so this does give us a little light on it. It does seem like, there is a tenuousness here, I would say, that maybe you should come back in a week or so and ask again, especially if the ghosting's still going on. But by then you may have already decided, what your answer is too.
Yeah.
But
you know what? I would just say don't go back. He's the one this person's the one that initiated it to begin with, right? They wanted the second chance. So leave it up to them to decide if they're going to come back or not, especially after just ghosting you like that. I would say, maybe, I never like to say never with the tarot. I would just say right now things don't look good, and Romaine may need some time to work on their own emotions on this. I mean, my goodness.
Right, there was a reason why he got in touch with you.
Yeah. So my advice is that still, I just kind of feel like this was a real empty victory for him to make this move. What this could also be telling me, though, is that this relationship may also be that empty, that maybe, you can't go back. I mean, maybe you're just not going to be able to rekindle what you had 13 years ago. As, our life experiences change us. And so it's hard to say that it can work out. Things definitely would need to be worked on, for sure. So hang in there and, hey, keep us posted and let us know what happens if they ever get back in touch with you or not. I wish you luck, V.
Good luck, V.
Is there anything Jackie needs to watch out for over the next 3 months?
All right. Hey, Jackie.
You?
I'm using my Tarot of the Animal Lords.
Okay.
You're welcome, V.
Hey, you're very welcome, V.
And we'll gladly try this again next week or sometime.
Well, whenever you come back and need to have an update in case Romaine comes back. I just don't like the whole idea of ghosting. You know what? If Romaine feels that bad, they should be upfront and just say it's over. But just to do the ghosting thing, that's a rude thing to do. I just wish people would communicate more their feelings. All right,
card 1. Judgment reversed.
Yep.
Card 2, the 9 of Cups reversed. Oh boy. And rounding that out, Justice reversed. So 2 major arcanas with similar themes, and then that 9 of Cups. So yeah, there may be a number of things you need to know about here. It feels...
Oh, here.
Okay.
Sorry.
There's the fox.
At least I bring the positive.
And the tree. Okay.
There may be different things going on, but go ahead.
Sure. Right away, that 9 of Cups sort of looks like, things that maybe are expected or hoped for, desired, or things that feel like they're good, too good to be true. Well, they probably aren't, so if anybody's giving you a pitch, it may be that they're trying to sell you something that, sounds better than what it really is. And in a way, it kind of coincides with those possibilities suggested by Justice or Judgment reverse too, because in Justice reverse, you could be looking at making important decisions based on maybe not quite accurate information. Some of this could be under duress. Maybe you have important decisions to make and not enough time to really process the information or decide where the outcomes will really take you. This could be something you're facing in the next few months Judgment reverse could be saying too that maybe there's a whole different effect that happens for you in the sense that something really changes. You know, you have a big orientation change. Something major possibly happens in your life and you either have to move, and I know you've talked about some moving, but maybe something more unexpected happens that really changes your perspective and how you have to operate.
What's the last card?
Justice.
So we have justice and judgment
Yes,
reversed.
I mentioned this. Mm-hmm.
Well, Jackie, I don't know if I see this as a disparate things or the same thing, because justice and judgment seem to me to be so intertwined. And you know, they are the major, it's interesting to me, you've got two major arcana reversed surrounding the Nine of Cups reversed, which is, the Nine of Cups is about your wishes, your hopes, your desires, and not being able to get what you want. And maybe why is that occurring? Why is that occurring? I think that justice and judgment may hold the key here, reversed. And so in the next 3 months, it may be hard to get to the place you need to be, you know, to get what you desire, because there's just some things that are still out of balance that need to be righted before you can really move forward. I feel too with judgment is all about rebirth, regeneration, maybe a fresh start, or if not a fresh start, a start in a new direction. It's almost as if it's a metaphysical makeover for the body, you know, and spirit and mind. It's like you need to recreate yourself in some area of your life in order to achieve what you truly want. And this is imperative if you want to get something done, in particular in the next 3 months. And it's going to involve something in your life that just seems out of balance, that really needs to be righted again.
I like that. And that's, of course, justice reversed is that sense of imbalance. But overall, this process will have opportunities for you to feel like you really are growing.
Yes.
So despite what those effects are, you know, realizing that you have to deal with unbalanced things or not achieving what your desires thought they were going to achieve, there will be growth here. There will be things you will learn, and maybe what you will understand will be able to help you be more successful ultimately, either in this time span or beyond that. Some of that too, I think, is about achieving your cleverness quotient, you know, in a way, that the idea that the fox represents a wily but wise kind of person or traits.
I think that the Lenormand is saying exactly what he says, you know, because in a period where you need to really recreate yourself, or, you know, in order to achieve what you want, right the balances, right the things that are out of balance in your life. This is a real growthful time for you. You will learn a lot about yourself and what you're made of, and what more you need to, you know, tweak and do. And I feel here, you know, your mind is going to be very sharp, you know. You're going to work your way through all of this. You're going to figure out what's wrong and what you need to do. And perhaps you already know. But the bottom line is, you know, maybe you've been a little bit hesitant. Maybe you've just, for whatever reasons, haven't been able to address it yet. But in the next 3 months, I think it's going to come up front and center.
Well, your cleverness is always there. It's just going to get more opportunities to really spark off of things, because situations may be changing the next few months that will provide more challenges, that you're going to be working on these issues of balancing and understanding, you know, what you can do to achieve your heart's desire, or how you understand that happening the way it did for what it did. So good luck with that.
Yeah, I wish you the best. Good luck with that. All right, we are on Dark.
Hi, Dark. Dark left us a question, I believe. I saw it. Something about health.
Oh, there it is. A health reading. Okay, any chance that we'll be improving. Okay.
You're welcome, Jackie.
I'm going to use a deck Mr. O bought for me, the Hush Tarot.
There's a kind of hush all over the world tonight.
Because it's a quiet time of year.
I was punning on Facebook because somebody showed a picture of Peter Noon from Herman's Hermits with the band, and they're performing somewhere in our area, or they were selling tickets. And I'm like, God, is he like a vampire? He still looks so young, really.
Oh
my God, he looks so good. He's a little bit stouter, but not much, and his hair still had a lot of light color. I didn't see a lot of gray in it. Awesome.
All right. Hi,
Hey,
Dex.
Dextrose. Awesome name.
Let's see what we have here. Ah.
This is not going to work. Way too many.
I would get this card first.
What are you doing?
I'm keeping it away from you till you're ready.
I'm ready.
It's the Five of Pentacles, upright.
Oh. Looks pretty desolate, all right.
And it's followed by the Four of Pentacles, upright.
The 5 and the 4 of Pentacles?
Yes.
That's interesting. Okay.
And then the Six of Cups reversed.
Rabbit, rabbit.
What do you got?
The Tower.
Oh.
And the Sith.
Well, Dark, this is interesting. There's definitely health vibes here.
Yep.
Starting with that Five of Pentacles. So you must be feeling something now or going through something now, a condition or, a situation health-wise, because the Five of Pentacles can speak of that. A sick spell or, feeling weaker, feeling maybe possibly that, also looking for help or assistance, in that regard, and feeling left out maybe, or maybe unsure of where to turn.
Yeah, this is a card of a sense of desolation and a feeling that maybe there are answers that you don't have and that you are getting to feel kind of desperate for getting those answers.
And, it's so close to 2024. I really feel this card is talking about the here and now, because I was so surprised, I read health reading and that's the first card I get. It's almost like it's cueing in on this. It's tying into it. But I'm not going to rule out the fact that at the start of 2024 still, you're not where you need to be yet health-wise. So let's talk about the Four of Pentacles here. In a health reading, I think it's really important for you to take special care of your body right now. In a way, the Four of Pentacles is about holding on to what's really important to you, your resources, your finances, all the things that you like to surround yourself with. Well, in a health reading, I think that would be your body. I just think, this is a time for you to really focus on you, and try to conserve your strength, do things that will also promote healing at this time. So if you've been given, I said in another reading, certain kind of marching orders with your health, make sure you're following through on them.
To me, I'm looking at the Four of Pentacles there, and I feel like if there has been some sort of assessment, like you have an understanding of what's going on, then you need to retain the ability to choose or utilize all your options. Don't let any possible resource that can help you slip away from you. And that means that if you think you need to see another specialist or another opinion, you should do that. But you may want to consider all the possibilities depending on what this prognosis or assessment turns out to be.
It's interesting seeing Mr. O, the Six of Cups at that spot there. And at first I was going to ask you, Dark, if this condition is something that, affected you in the past? Is this something that has resurfaced? Is this something that has roots to the past? And if not, I also see another reason why this card could be here, the Six of Cups, which often ties into memories from the past, etc. There's this whole idea of the past in your childhood, even going back to those days. But what I would say here is that it's possible that this is affecting you. Well, wait, I had a thought and I lost it. I can't believe it. I battled on. But I have an idea here. Go ahead.
Is it possibly a hereditary connection or a situation where maybe other people in your family have had a health situation that's similar?
Oh, I know what it was.
Okay, it's just more recent with you.
So I think the Six of Cups, what I was going to say here is don't fall into patterns of behavior or thinking or emotions that are detrimental to the healing process. So in other words, if there are any habits or things that you need to change in order to get better, make sure, that you are doing so. That has to do with diet, that has to do with exercise, that has to do with maybe the way you do things, like for example, some people get arthritis and stuff because they sit by a computer all day, things like that. So, if there's anything that you need to modify, don't fall back into old patterns that will not serve you well.
I'm also thinking that the impressions and input or thoughts or conversations or situations with others will be of concern, that you want to not necessarily be around people who won't add to a more positive view. So if you have people in your life who, are going to be antagonistic about, what you're doing or what you're going through, or not really helpful, then you may have to figure out ways to minimize that influence, things like that.
So, I do feel here that the Lenormand is a little bit vague to me, but one of the things that the Psyche with the Tower could indicate, again, the Psyche is like that Ace of Swords we had in another reading, in that it could indicate surgery, It could indicate surgery, and of course, the Tower is like a healthcare institution or a hospital. It could be that. So I can't rule out that there couldn't be surgery in your future that could benefit you in 2024. But also, if not that, it's possible too that you might be cutting ties with some healthcare provider and getting either a second opinion or moving on to somebody else who you may feel has better answers for you, perhaps even looking at alternative therapies, etc. I see that as a possibility too.
Right, I'm going to just agree with her that this does look like, it could overall be serious enough to maybe warrant, some sort of surgical or more, clinical procedure of some sort that's indicated through the Scythe in the Tower. So, if you're really feeling doubtful, like I said, seek other resources if you feel you need to, or, decide how much, you really trust this. It does seem like, it's serious enough for you to look into it.
I am going to say this. I just have to say it. Looking at these cards, I don't see the kind of cards I'd want to see to say definitely your health is going to improve in 2024, but I do think you are going to be working on it and you're going to be looking for those answers. And, the answer could lie in surgery or perhaps into consulting with some other specialists or therapists to help you out. And, it's up to you to definitely do some work here, I feel, on this. So
a year is a long time. Please feel free to come back and ask us again more or give us more information for us to look into it even more.
It's not really clear right now. I wish you luck, and I do think there are answers out there. That Five of Pentacles where you feel kind of lost, I almost feel as though you're going to make some decisions so far as your healthcare goes with that Scythe and that Tower there that, could ultimately benefit you, but it just seems like there's still a process going on here, Dark. So definitely come back and feel free to ask us later. I wish you luck with that.
Good luck.
And yes, Dextro, Sunny is often here. He is the only one of our 3 cats who shows up the most frequently on our show, which is why we call him TFT's unofficial therapy cat. He's here to make people happy.
Okay, so Orchid is next, and Orchid has asked, you're welcome, Dark.
Hey, you're very welcome. I
Blessed
wish
be.
you luck. As somebody going through a chronic illness myself, I wish you luck.
Orchid asks, may I know what's going on between Akash and third party Dia? Will Akash reconcile with me in the future, leaving third party?
Ah, well, you got a duck. Okay. You put the things back in here?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, he's somewhat well behaved tonight. He was sitting there so pretty when I was petting him, but when I stopped petting him, then he got up and went away. Just like Sunny.
Interesting. I mix and mix and I get the same things. What's up with that? Oh, okay. This one may need a yes/no. I'm just having a feeling.
I have that feeling myself. So your first card, Orchid, is the Hermit. Who is the Hermit? Akash or you?
Yeah, I wonder about that. Okay.
The second card is the reversed Three of Cups. Now you asked specifically about what's going on between those two.
Maybe we won't need a yes/no.
And then the final card is the King of Swords, and that one's upright.
Okay, ready for this? This is kind of weird.
Always ready. Yeah, it's pretty. I'll go, right? Tower. The Tower. The Bouquet.
This is an odd reading. I will say that. Boy, our cards today, they're really funny. They really are. But I would say this. Who are we on? We're on...
What's going on between Akash and third-party Dia? Will Akash reconcile with Orchid in the future, leaving the third party? Ooh.
My list is a little different from Violet's. I'm going to have to keep an eye on it. Okay.
That is Orchid, though.
Orchid. Let's just say this. I'm not so sure it's going to work out. I'm not so sure it's going to work out between the two of you. And why? It's because of that Three of Cups here. Because the bottom line to me is that Three of Cups talks about third-party kind of relationships. And this is on the negative right now. And I'm thinking in relation to your question, it could mean that, the person that you're interested in is making a decision, that could mean that...
Tower and...
What is that?
Oh, that one is the Hermit.
Right. That could mean that you are going to wind up being alone. And the reason I'm saying that is because of the Hermit and also because of the Tower. But let me just add something here. This might be disappointing to you. I understand. But I wonder when I see the Bouquet with the Tower, if it's not telling me that you're better off alone.
Bingo, I was thinking the same thing.
Yeah, that you would get more joy if you were away from this person who has this third party,
I'm sorry to say that.
I hate to say it that way, but that's the way it looks. The way this is lining up to me.
Yeah, I strongly felt that way too, that to some degree this didn't talk as much about them and Dia as it did about them and you.
I think it's the whole thing because, well, first off, what's going on between Akash, third party, and Dia? I think Akash is making his decision. And that's what the King of Swords is here. And, all right, I'm not going to rule out the fact that they could break up. I mean, maybe things aren't perfect in that world either. But with the Hermit and the Tower here, either Akash is wanting to just step back and be on their own for a while, or it's just saying that you are going to be, I think, I don't think it's talking about Dia or getting back together here.
It doesn't seem like it's as much about the other person, Dia. But here's the thing, too, is that even if Akash just decides that he's not going to be involved with anyone, it doesn't necessarily mean that you will or won't reconcile in the future. You might want to ask us that again in the future after this has been the state of the case for a while.
I mean, it could be. Yeah, I don't want to give you any false hopes that this relationship with this third party is going away. I'm seriously thinking here, although I can't rule it out. I mean, again, these cards are so ambiguous today. It's kind of funny. My personal sense was with what I first said to you, that he's making his mind up to go with this third party, and you're kind of left out of the loop on that, which is why we have the Hermit here and the Tower. So, and it's interesting because, you ask the question both ways. What's going on with them? And what will we ever reconcile? Putting that all together. And so I'm kind of seeing a little bit of both of this here. And I'm really feeling that he's making his mind up. But I'm not sure it's going to be with you. And I really feel that Lenormand is more for you than anything. That really there is a gift in being away from this situation that you may not realize right now. But later, you'll probably think, yeah, I'm sort of glad that went away. That's the best we can do for you. Good luck with that.
All right, thank you, Orchid.
All right, Libra cusp is up. Hi, Libra.
Hi, Libra. What do the cards say about the car my dad is looking at for you?
Okay.
So whether or not this is a good car to have, something like that.
I am going to use,
You're
I still
welcome.
have out my Haunted House Tarot. I also have my Everyday Witch here, Violet.
And Saturday we'll bring back the happy hour. We will be here at our normal time of 10 a.m. So come and get a free uplifting message per each person that comes. Don't forget to watch my show, The Outlook on the Emotional Exchanges, tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. And I'm doing a kind of down and dirty version, so it's really quick reading, 12 minutes for the whole show, but you can go right to your elemental sign section with our timestamps. And also watch Banshee's Material Matters at 10 a.m. on Sunday mornings.
Wow, this is so funny. Libra got the Knight, correct, of Wands.
Yes, that's the Knight of Wands.
That could be your father looking at the car. It could be something else. And this is the Sun reversed. And the Ace of Cups upright.
Huh.
I know.
Well, because over here, I have the gift, the bouquet, which could be a gift. But I have the Sith. Of course, the Sith is sort of pointing away from it, sort of swooping down below it. So maybe, of course, it's a good thing.
Wow, this is going to be a tricky one too, but not completely. When I see that
sassy,
that Knight of Wands, this is a card that can get you places. That your father looked at. It seems like it will ride well. I feel that it might be a good choice. But And the sun reversed is not really that bad, you know. The sun reversed is just saying, well, you know, this may not be everything you wanted, may not be the right thing that you really envisioned for yourself, but it's not that bad.
You're going to love it.
You will eventually love it.
And the thing is that not being so bad, not being the brightest, prettiest, shiniest car, newest looking car, you know, depending on where you live, maybe your neighborhood, you don't want to show off to everybody you have a brand new car, you know. So it's a gift with maybe, you know, a couple scratches on it, the scythe, you know. Maybe
is it a used car?
You know, maybe
so
it's got a couple little minor things about it, but, you know, nothing major because it's curved away. That's what it looks like.
Even if it's a used car. And also, I was just wondering here, your father's looking at a car for you. Is this a gift by chance? Because if it's a gift, you know, that could be why the flowers is here. And again, you know, I don't know if the scythe is here. Maybe your father feels he needs to do this for you for some reason, you know, and that's why the scythe is here. It's saying he's trying to cut his losses on something, so to speak. You know, maybe he feels he owes you something.
Or maybe he's been your taxi.
He wants to cut the ties and give you yes. Well, whether it's a gift or not, I think it will be okay. I think that there just be maybe some minor things. That's all. I think it's positive. Hopefully, maybe he'll get it for you.
Looks good, Libra.
Good luck with that.
Maybe you could take a road trip out and see us.
Yeah, because we're not going anywhere anytime soon, it looks like.
All right, so that was Libra. And we will be on Anthony. Hey, Anthony.
Hey, Anthony. What's going on in your world? Mr. O, that'll be your deck.
Yes, I'm just looking at which one I want to take. There he is. All right.
Yay, we are too. A Las Vegas trip with a good friend. Any jackpots? Well, I don't know, Anthony, these cards today.
You have been lucky when you've gone there, haven't you?
Victoria!
Yeah. Hi, Victoria.
Oh, no. Well,
Awesome. Other V.
So we can fit Victoria in, right, Violet? All right.
Oh, wow. 3 of coins. Upright.
Nice.
Pretty nice. Emperor upright. Nice. And Judgment upright. Judgment. Going to Vegas.
Oh.
Games of chance.
Well, I guess I have to be the one with more negatory stuff.
All I know is if it's really big, I want to cut. And I mean really big, of course. Birds. Coffin. The birds are in the coffin. Sin City. I know, it's true. But
it is true.
The 3 of coins is kind of like someone's got a plan. You know, someone's got a plan or somebody knows how to effect a plan. And so maybe that's you guys going to Vegas. You know what you want to do and how you want to do it. You know, you sort of have a sense of what your resources and skills between you will be able to accomplish.
Well, Anthony, if you both play your cards right and, figure out a winning strategy, you might be able to succeed. I almost feel like, in a way, it's a team effort. Maybe you should agree with your friend that whoever wins, you have to split the jackpot, I'm wondering. And what was that middle card again?
The Emperor upright.
Oh, that's right. And so, do maintain some control. Don't throw caution to the wind. Oh, there in Sin City. If you don't if you don't overspend or if you can't control yourself, obviously you're not going to come back a winner. But if you do keep things under control, you will maybe come back with something modest, I think, here.
Well, in a way, the Emperor is sort of like a higher elevation of that, too, because the Emperor is somebody that depends upon, his resources, his sense of counsel, his sense of knowing what other people want to advise him with, or what he feels he understands and what he knows he can affect change in. So it's really a higher vibration of the Three of Pentacles. So once again, it's really a good sign for, what you've asked, your outcome. And then there's Judgment, and Judgment is upright. And I think this is just really saying, the picture there shows really like a sense of harmony and a sense of illumination, like maybe something that really pays off is being hinted at here, sort of an elevation to another level. Oh my goodness, maybe you could really, really make some big difference in what happens there. And of course it stays there.
Judgment kind of indicate Judgment is an interesting card here too. Don't be too hard on yourself there if you don't come back a huge winner. I really do think something good could happen there, but Judgment is here and just saying, hey, you know what? If you've been doing things, Judgment to me is really interesting in a situation like going to Vegas where you're worried about luck and fate. And sometimes our luck and fate is tied up in our karma. So, if you've been doing good deeds, if you've been doing good stuff lately, you've been giving, maybe the universe will let you receive a little now. I almost wonder, it's sort of like what you sow, Anthony, you're going to reap. So keep that in mind.
I hadn't thought about those karmic ideas there, but yeah, that's really true with Judgment.
It is.
Mm-hmm.
So, but what about this other thing here? There's the coffin and the birds. And I almost, I'm hoping that you and your friend don't get into some kind of argument or squabble there, because it almost looks like an end to communicating.
Yeah, you wouldn't want to have some sort of major fallout or disagreement because of whatever happens there. Somebody's luckier than the other person. Somebody, this thing happens and it doesn't happen for the other person, that kind of thing.
The birds don't have a lot of, excuse me. The birds don't have a lot of messages other than it's mostly about communication. It could be about gossip. It could be about, maybe it's an end to, maybe if there's some gossip connected to the two of you, or the two of you taking this trip together, maybe that will come to an end. I don't know. There's something funny, but it has to do a lot with communication. So I'm a little bit worried. When you're on a trip with somebody, just be sure that, you don't say the wrong things, do the wrong things. You try to keep the lines of communication open.
But see, if that was happening, then it does sort of add a little bit of weight to the idea of a judgment, too. So.
Are you flying there by chance, or are you driving there? Because I'm wondering, too, if it could just mean a flight delay or something. If there could be a problem with the flight. Maybe a flight being canceled, and then you have to. And I'm only saying that because birds fly. So.
They are flying.
Oh! So I hope everything works out with the flight. That would be another possible snag in the plans.
All right.
So I wish you luck with that. Good luck with that.
Have a great trip.
Have a good time in Vegas. I have never been to Vegas. And gee, gambler that I am, I should go. He says, no.
No comment. Yeah, let us know how your trip goes.
Yep. And the trip, too. Yeah, do let us know, Anthony. Hey, take care. Go Lions!
Yep, she's
Hi,
never been to
Alicia.
Vegas.
Nope, never been to Vegas. No.
We are not super big travelers, so.
I had a chance to go with a library group. I could have went to a library conference in Vegas one year, but I declined on that one. I had been going to this conference every year, and I felt like maybe I should take a break from it and let somebody else in my workplace go.
All right, so we have Kara's question, and it's your deck.
Whose question?
Kara.
Oh, Kara. Hi, Kara.
Mm-hmm.
Health reading. Going to the doctor on Thursday. Boy, we're getting a lot of health readings today. Okay. And I'm going to get out my everyday witch tarots next on my list here. Because it doesn't have to be Halloween to use the everyday witch tarot, right?
And we did have a fun and safe Halloween. I hope everybody else did too, of course. I worked that night, but only to 9 o'clock, and then I was home just doing other stuff.
I literally did 28 one-card readings as a treat on Twitter to Twitter followers while he was away at work. Woo! It was mind-numbing a little bit. Because I gave everybody a rhyming interpretation, too.
So we hung out for a little bit. I don't remember anything in particular, but then just shortly after midnight, I went upstairs to the library to read my own cards, and I was up there for about a half an hour reading some cards. So that was fun. All right, health for Kara.
Health for Kara. Well, all right, we got the Three of Pentacles reversed, and it's interesting. We had that, didn't we? No, we had the 8 in a card reading, I think. Okay, never mind about health. The Queen of Wands, upright. And you've got the Five of Pentacles, but it's reversed. Interesting. Uh-oh.
So here's the whip in Lenormand, and it is followed by the moon.
Huh. Well, the Three of Pentacles reversed could indicate that, maybe you're going to hear your doctor was wishing maybe you could have done a little more to improve some things, like, for example, if they wanted you to lose weight, or if they wanted maybe your blood pressure or something else, some level you may find out, still needs some tweaking. Or the other thing is maybe if you feel like, you haven't been getting the right support you need from your doctor, maybe this is going to be a time that you can talk to them about this.
I think that's a really good way of putting that you felt that in the situation of whatever feeling you have as being like, part of a team with him and his office working on you as your health concerns, you haven't really felt like it's there yet. So maybe either of you aren't taking it totally seriously, like maybe you don't take his role in your health as seriously, or maybe he doesn't take his role seriously, you're just another patient to him. So it could be that maybe, depending on what your situations are, you might want to eventually look for another doctor, or you might realize that, you haven't been an honest partner yourself in terms of following his advice or what he recommends, and so you'll have to consider that. Queen of Wands could be saying that overall, there is a can-do attitude here. There is an attitude of saying, well, when the chips are down, I can really take charge of things here. So, it shouldn't have to be that way if, like, he says, oh, well, this is happening, and if you don't do this, blah, blah, blah will happen to you. You shouldn't be threatened into taking charge. You shouldn't feel like, oh my God, I'm at, death's door, and now I'm going to take charge. No, but this is saying there's an amount of vitality about you, Kara, that maybe despite whatever health situations could be going on, you have a body that has vitality and strength. And so you just maybe need to learn best practices, ways of taking advantage of what your body's natural health disposition would want to do for you.
I think for the most part, most things are going to come out okay. And that's because the Queen of Wands is here. I do feel like, that I think that whatever problem that this might be pointing to is not as bad as it, is not something that can't be managed, And so the Queen of Wands might also be saying here is to take, if you feel like you're not getting the support or the advice or enough information from your doctors, take charge. The Queen of Wands is saying, hey, stand up for yourself. Stand up and say, hey, just a minute here. I want all my questions answered. This is my body after all, and I want to, I want you to know that I care about myself, and I want a resolution. I want more information. I want better treatment options if they are available, etc. And the last card was Judgment.
No, it's the Five of Pentacles reversed.
That's right. And so, I think when all is said and done, you will be on a better path for healing. That the Five of Pentacles is saying that maybe there might be some tweaks, there might be some changes being made. Maybe they have, like, for example, if you are on some kind of drug therapy now or some kind of regimen, they will come up with something that could make more modest improvements. So I do think there's a kind of a progression here,
It looks like a progression. To me, when I look at the Five of Pentacles and it's reversed, it is like, you're saying like, okay, I can work with this program. You've decided that if there has been, some good outcome from you meeting with the doctor and you've both agreed on how you can take certain steps, you feel empowered to do that. And that puts you on the side of trying to be positive minded about your situation, which is probably the best way to be about it, rather than thinking that, it's something that's going to, delay you or stop you or inhibit you. You find it as something that you can liberate with.
The healthcare industry these days is getting less and less personal, and it's harder to establish good working relationships with our healthcare providers, which might very well be why this Three of Pentacles card is here reversed. And I think this card is really the important one here, Kara. Just take charge. Empower yourself to stand up for yourself and make sure you're getting your questions answered, and that, treatment plans and everything, are ones that you think will work for you. And I think ultimately that you will be in a better position once you're done with all of this.
Maybe the Lenormand is suggesting there's a feedback loop going on too, because the moon talks about changes and maybe success and moving forward, and the whip is about an action that is sort of firm and aggressive. And so this is saying that as you're changing and succeeding, it's going to create a feedback loop where you're going to want to just move faster and faster towards completing the process. Once you realize that you're doing blah 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 to make yourself safer, healthier, you'll want to just do it more.
It's a funny thing. I like what he said there, and I would almost go with it, except I think it might be on the other end of things, is that maybe your doctor is going to be pushing things so that, they do see more progress faster. Maybe that's why the whip is here. He's either going to crack the whip on you and say, we're going to get you to work, on whatever needs to be, whatever you need to make you feel better. That's sort of what I might be going on here. I think success will come, though, and it may require a little bit of effort too on your part, to move things along faster. So whether he leaves it on you and says, look, You have to get serious about your diet, Kara, or you have to get serious about exercise, Kara, or you have to get serious about this or that.
Don't discount what you can do for yourself, because you don't have to let yourself be put on pills necessarily.
Right.
There may be alternatives in terms of nutrition. I really believe that most people are taking care of themselves, and I'm no one to talk. I don't eat enough fruit and vegetables, but I think that a better diet helps anybody.
Yeah.
I just believe that.
Well, good luck. You'll have to keep us posted, Kara. I hope everything goes well for you. Good luck with that.
Good luck, Kara.
And we're on Christine. A general question. What does Christine need to know? Another your deck?
Yeah. I'm going to use my star spinner again.
Okay.
You bet. Do we want to do your 1, 2, 3 method?
Maybe. No, let's just do... Yeah, let's do it. Well, it's a general question. What do they need to know?
Okay, right.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I had to think about that a moment. Even if it's general.
What do you need to know? First card. 3 of Swords. Upright. You may need to know that, if there is pain you're feeling from distance or separation or heartbreak, it's something that you won't be able to escape. You will have to deal with it in a here and now level, that this may be something you are expecting, or maybe something you have been feeling already.
Right. What you need to know is that, whether it's happened or not, there's a sense of loss here. So it could be up and coming. Is it a missed opportunity? Is it a job you were hoping to get and it doesn't happen? Or is it a loss that you've recently suffered that is still weighing on you? I would say either way, that either it's coming and you need to know that, or it's weighing on you still and you may not realize how much.
So why is that important? And it's the 6 of Wands. And it is maybe what separates you from others. It is what makes you stand out to others. That people do see what you're going through maybe, and maybe they think various things about that, but maybe mostly they realize that it makes you feel real to them. It makes you feel like a real person they can relate to, that has a heart and has feelings.
Well, 6 of Swords, or Wands, has a lot of different meanings. Not a lot, but it does have a crowd factor, being noticed, being recognized. But I think in this case, why is this important? Because this loss or this separation or whatever it was, you were or will be really sad because you were hoping for a big victory here, Sometimes this is about the victory parade and it just doesn't seem like it's happening. Or maybe if it does happen, you're kind of sorrowful because it's not everything that you thought it would be. And that could be too.
That's an interesting point.
So where are things headed?
And it's the reversed 5 of Swords.
The 5 of Swords?
Yeah, it's the 5 of Swords.
This is so weird. The cards today are just so ambiguous. All right, and I'll get to that because when you see the letter Mon, can't wait to see what you're going to do with that. So the 5 of Swords, where is it headed? No one wins in a situation where they dwell upon the loss and defeat and a sense of emptiness. And so that has to change, basically, So that's where things are headed. You aren't going to score a win if you focus on the sorrow and loss, You should focus on the victory. This is upright, isn't it? And I thought it was reversed, so that's why I kind of messed up there. but you want to focus on the victory that you were hoping to have, and that you can still have. Maybe not in this, from the situation you lost, but that there's other chances and opportunities out there to succeed. But you've got to go away. You've got to come away from this with more integrity and a sense of, I did not fail here. I did not fail here. I may not have won, but I didn't lose either. There's still more out there for me. And I have a reason I'm saying that.
Well, I think that if it didn't, succeed spectacularly, what it really could be about too is that this tells you to remove yourself from that vibration, that whatever that was about caused so much strife or, bad things happening, that you are well to try to, move away from it. Because like Banshee said, nobody wins this.
So this legal situation, has it caused you a lot of stress and anxiety or some sorrow? Was there some loss associated? You're trying to maybe recoup some money?
The disappointment that it hasn't resolved yet.
I have some good news for you ultimately, Christine. This is all starting to make sense now.
And the fish. Okay, help me out then.
Looks like you're going to get a gift of money. In other words, if you're expecting money to come from this legal entanglement, I think you'll get compensated. You'll get whatever it is you were hoping to. But it seems like there's a lot of stress and struggle along the way to this, if we look at the other cards. So I'm hoping this means that ultimately things are going to work out for you. Okay, and if it's not a financial settlement, it could mean an abundance of joy, in other words, and relief that finally this case is settled. I do think it's going to settle, but it's taking a lot out of you. I do wonder if it is about the case. Because we got 2 swords cards here too, the 3 and
could be the legal stuff.
Yeah, so it's very possibly could be about this case.
All right, thank you. Would
All right.
appreciate that. Yeah.
Good luck.
All right, so that was Christina. Thank you, Christine. And Estelle wants to know what's going on in my future husband's soul life now.
All right.
I get those.
I know. What's going on in their life now?
You're welcome.
Okay.
You're welcome, Christine.
It's the Dark Woods, I think it is for that. Yep. Oh, love life now. Thank you. Yep. I was just looking at that above your comment, Violet, when I said that.
So don't forget, we'll be back on Sunday for another live stream. That's our busier one than this one. So usually it'll fill up within the first half hour. So if you're not there, by 2:30 or so, if we start at 2 our time, you may not be guaranteed of a spot.
6 of Wands upright.
6 of Wands upright.
10 of Pentacles reversed. 5 of Pentacles reversed. I'm going to let you go ahead. I got to drink some water here.
Okay, in the
Orange
Lenormand
water.
is the stars and the key. And I sort of think I get a definite idea about what that means. But you're wanting to know your future intended or possible soulmate, what their love life might be like now or what they might be experiencing. And the 6 of Wands would suggest that maybe they feel they they are in a decent life right now, or they feel like they are moving towards their sense of a decent life, that maybe they feel they are recognized by somebody.
It's about their love life.
Right.
Yeah.
For being, the important person to them. But the Ten of Pentacles may be saying that, they feel there is some financial hardships or some financial disconnected things, like maybe they don't feel they have the support of everybody around them in their love life, like maybe somebody doesn't necessarily approve of who they feel their soulmate is, or how their love life is at this time. I just stopped there.
Okay, because I'm probably going to go through all
Go
three.
ahead.
What is that last card again? Shoot, I forgot.
It's the Five of Pentacles
Yes,
reversed.
got it. Estelle, I'm really wondering if they are attached to anybody right now. I could go one of two ways with this, but the one that really stood out to me is what I'm going to go with first. That Six of Wands to me, even though it's upright, I kind of got the feeling when I saw that card that they're out there right now trying to be noticed and recognized by people, trying to get maybe somebody's attention, or they're just playing the field right now. They're trying to find, their success out there amongst the masses. They are standing out. I feel like they're the kind of person that, people who are looking for a prospective partner would be looking at, with some interest. So I think they're kind of out there right now. And I feel here they haven't been able to latch on to somebody they feel, like spending their life with. They may be dating, they may be casually dating, like, I'm getting from this card a little bit, but they really haven't found the right person. And when I look at the final card there, the Five of Pentacles reversed, I feel like they're still finding somebody, looking for somebody they truly belong with.
Well, when you say it that way, then it makes my feelings about what the letter Mon are more important, in the sense that
yes,
maybe the idea is that they really are seeking somebody like you. That's the only answer to the question is, what is your possible future soulmate, thinking of their love life? They're thinking of a person like you that should be in their love life. They're thinking of,
they're looking for their destiny.
They're looking for their destiny. That's the key. They're looking for the one they want to feel drawn to, and that despite, certain obstacles, they feel strongly about this.
Now, so that doesn't mean that they may not have a serious relationship before they hook up with you, but it does mean right now, that they're still out there searching, I feel. And it's possible, maybe, in, time this year, maybe they'll find you. I mean, it is highly possible. I think this is very, very open-ended here, in that they're still looking, for somebody. And that's not to say they are totally alone. I have a feeling they're casually dating, but they really haven't found somebody that they really feel connected with yet. And that's that Ten of Pentacles reversed. So that's what I think.
All right.
That's what we have for you. Good luck with that.
Good luck, Estelle.
Yeah, those cards told kind of a story to me there.
I like what you did with that.
Thank you. I appreciate that. All right. And we are on
Grace.
Grace.
I
Hi,
thought
Grace.
Grace left us a question.
Oh. There you are.
Hi, Grace.
Okay. Let's do 3 cards and see what it says. Your deck, I think.
All right. So I'm going to go back to the Tarot of the Animal Lords. Interesting question. And then if it's too murky, we'll try the yes or no.
Oh. You said murky.
I meant with the tarot.
Well, sometimes murky pops up elsewhere.
Note to you from Violet.
Sure, not a problem.
All right, Grace. Card 1. Judgment.
Upright?
Upright.
Ah.
Card 2. Reversed 8 of Swords.
Okay, that's not bad.
Card 3. Reversed High Priestess.
Oh, talk about murky. Well, but let's get murkier.
I don't know it's that murky. The clouds and its dark side we know is already leaning towards the fish.
You were asking specifically about profitable too. Let's see. Okay.
Positive, not profitable.
Oh, positive.
Would they
Whoops.
turn out in a positive way?
Okay, fine. All right. Either way. Let's look at it this way. The Judgment card, you know, this is the time to really look at this person, I think, in the situation, the projects, and see if it really fits who you are today. Are you ready to work on something like this? Do you feel confident? Do you feel like this could be something that really would work for you? Judgment just wants you to be sure that, you know, it fits you. And I think, too, with Judgment, what about the relative? Are they really good with following through? You know, are they really through with, you know, they don't just talk, in other words, and they're not just getting you on board to do all the work. So I just wonder here, you know, how do you view them? And I think a lot should, you know, play into how you feel you could work with them, number one. And also if these projects really are truly right for you right now.
Well, the only thing I'm getting from Judgment is that there's something really defining about this idea that it really could have implications beyond the immediate project, that it really might either put you in a new direction or give you something that moves you into another direction. So I sort of feel there is
I like that.
a defining thing about doing this work, which is maybe what makes it interesting to you. So I think on that merit alone, it does rate as something positive.
It does rate a little bit more positive to me. I just always feel with Judgment, there's this idea of, well, you know, make sure this really fits. You know, there's the karma. There's all these different things associated with Judgment. But he's right. You know, on one level, I would say this, and it might tie into the next card too, Grace, is that Judgment is about recreating yourselves or renewal. Like even, you know, this could be something that could really change you in positive ways. You know, even if, let's say, you didn't get the results out of these out of this project or goals that you wanted, you will be changed for the better, possibly by doing this anyway. I would say that.
Right, and in fact, maybe part of what that change is to perceive yourself differently than what you have been, especially if it's regarding what you can and can't do, what is possible as well as profitable, which you re-mentioned again, or positive. So that's why this project could be very interesting too, is because it helps you redefine yourself and see yourself really differently. See yourself as more capable than you may have been able to see yourself recently.
Right. You know, I feel here...
Okay, different avenue for you.
I feel here that you could gain a lot of confidence, self-confidence, and, you know, really come out of your shell by working on this. You know, there's no bad benefits here so far with these two cards.
I'm really yawning a lot. I'm so sorry. Sorry, everyone. I'm yawning a lot.
Do you have any fluid that might help you?
I ran out.
Oh, sorry.
I'll have to get some in a minute.
Well, at any rate, the Eight of Swords is about really taking the blinders off and seeing yourself for who you truly are. Somebody capable of making things happen. Somebody capable of making the right moves. So if you are hesitant, I think once you start immersing yourself in this project, you'll gain a lot more confidence in yourself. And then finally,
the High Priestess reversed.
Well, the High Priestess reversed is saying to me, things may not be very clear at the get-go. You may feel a lot of uncertainty surrounding this. And I'm also combining that High Priestess reversed card with the clouds. The clouds talk about uncertainty. This is like maybe a risk for you in some ways. And just do beware. I don't know, you didn't mention this, so I don't know if there's any financial risks involved to you, but be wary of that a little bit. You don't want to lose money on something. You want to make sure that, at least you can break even, if nothing else, working on these projects. I think also the fish might be there to say, well, there's going to be a lot of uncertainty going into this. So be prepared for that. Just be prepared for it's not going to be something that we will know the fate of until we really work together on this.
Well, when I look at the High Priestess, I also wonder, too, if there's maybe something about this relative. You mentioned this relative, and I'm wondering if maybe they sort of feel like they're helping you, but they're not necessarily helping you in the way you might think you want to be helped by them. They're helping you maybe just in a more practical manner, less, they're not understanding what this is going to do for you, body, mind, and spirit. They maybe only understand that this is just an opportunity to help you or for you to help them. So that's maybe, not a big factor here. I do agree with Banshee. I do feel like there is this possibility that, there are some risks financially or risks with the amount of energy or production you can put into the project. So you're going to have to watch, what you allocate or how you wish to allocate.
So will it be a positive experience on some levels? Yes. You will feel like a different person. It will bring something out of you that's really positive. But will it be profitable? If there's money involved, it's kind of uncertain, So that's why be careful how much you invest or your relative invests in this, and just try to take it where it leads you. Well, invest judiciously. I wouldn't say, hey, make sure your partner's investing as well. Your father, if that's who you're doing it with, is investing as well. And just give it a go. I think give it a go. I would say yes. Whether it's going to be positive or not, I think there will be a lot of things you can take away positively from this experience, no matter how the projects turn out ultimately.
All right.
So good luck with that. And again, sometimes we're saying what we're saying today because we're not getting those super bell and whistle cards that tell us absolutely not, for some of these readings. And cards that tell us, oh, the sun is going to shine, everything is perfect. We're not seeing that in this reading.
You're welcome,
either.
Grace. But maybe that little veil that was thin for a while is now opaquing again.
It could be. It could be.
Our portal to the unknown has kind of shrunk.
Oh, my goodness. Good point, Mr. O. And I think
right.
we're on decks, aren't we?
Dextrose. So
Has not been responding to me at all. Why has
welcome.
BH been
You're
ignoring
welcome,
my
Grace.
calls and texts? Is he okay? All right, that's your deck, right?
No, it's your deck, right? I used the animal.
Oh,
I thought I did, right?
you probably did. So
You're
what,
welcome, Grace.
So what did I use on that? The dark wood. Okay.
Again?
No, that was the previous one.
Oh, okay. Because it seems like you've been using
I'm trying to
one
figure.
a
Okay,
lot.
I'm on the ghosts and spirits now. You are welcome, Grace. Good luck with that. Sounds interesting.
Excuse me.
All right. Well, we got 5 of Cups upright. Oh my.
Violet's the best, helping us with that reposting stuff, Dex. Okay, 5 of Cups upright.
The Tower upright.
The Tower upright. Oh no.
And the World reversed.
Uh-oh. Sorry, Dex. So in Lenormand, the letter, is it a Dear John letter? I don't know. And the ship. Okay, so 5 of Cups can talk about people feeling that they're not into it. They're just not that into it. They sort of feel like things are just not meeting a certain level for them. You know, they're unable to realize that they still have something, but they're letting what they don't perceive they have or what they perceive they've lost as affecting them more than what they still may have.
So I think right now they're experiencing a time of dwelling on disappointment, sorrow, or loss in their life. So you asked if they are okay. Well, they may be going through something right now. And, excuse me, if the last time you talked to them, you were on good terms with them, so you're like, why aren't they commenting to me? It may be something else that's going on in their life, you know, that's pulled them away. And they're just not sharing it right now.
Is it that tower? Maybe?
Well, and it's the tower. Did they lose a job? Did something shatter in their lives and a certain crisis came up? Maybe, you know, with family or with other friends that, you know, they are dealing with right now, or a relationship that they're in?
And you may not know, Dex, because you say you haven't heard from them really. So it may be that they're overwhelmed by a situation. And the tower maybe suggests that the situation makes them feel, you know, really like just leaving it all behind and starting over. That may or may not be a good thing for them, because there may be something more to take away from whatever happened to them. Maybe this is a time where they should be trying to reach out to other people. Yeah. But you're at a quandary because you can only do so much before, you know, there's no more that you're able to do.
And the world is reversed here. And, you know, when I saw that card come up too, I was thinking to myself that this situation is still ongoing. You know, it's not finished yet. And it may not be finished for a while yet. This may have made some major changes in their lives where they have to rebuild something in their lives again, you know. So that is broken down. That's the tower. The takeaway is that the tower upright is positive in that whatever happens here to this person, they should be able to rebuild their lives a lot wiser and a lot smarter now going forward. You know, they'll be able to take the lessons or whatever. If they're grieving a loss of somebody, if they actually broke up with somebody, there's a separation, a divorce, or, you know, somebody has passed away in their lives, you know, there's this recovery process that needs to take place so that they can rebuild themselves. I don't know, it does sound pretty cataclysmic in a certain way, but, you know, there's lots of things that people will go through in life where they make it bigger than what it really is.
I think that the Lenormand suggests that you may hear from them eventually, the letter, but it may be after a while, after they've done a certain amount of soul searching on their own, that maybe after whatever's going on leaves them kind of just sort of moving along, traveling, not necessarily in a direction, you know, that takes towards you, but I think it is them moving towards communicating with others, once again, including yourself. So I think that you probably maybe can't expect to hear from them right away in this, but just try to keep the line of communication open as best as you can is all you may be able to do.
Well, he works for DoorDash.
Oh, that's funny.
Oh, wow.
How did you know this, Violet?
Oh, Violet.
She said something about his car, maybe.
Oh, no, I thought it was Victoria. Was it? Oh. Interesting. Or their car died. Wow, that is wild. So, maybe that is why. I hope that's it. And I have to agree with Mr. O that there might be moves to communicate soon. They may get back in touch soon. I'm hoping that's what that means. The only other thing I could say with that is they're possibly moving on, and that's why you haven't heard from them. Is like, well, I'm doing other things now, or I've got this crisis and I can't deal with you now.
The whole idea of moving on with the ship could just mean that maybe they're ready to actually move somewhere else. Maybe it's about some other situation or opportunity, and they may move out of proximity to you even. Who knows?
I'm more likely to think you might hear from them.
I do
take
too.
a while, but you might
too.
hear from them. They will make a move to contact you. So, just hope for the best. And if you still have a line like they didn't ghost you or block you or anything, and you have a chance to leave a message, again, just say, hey, I know you must be really busy or something, but when you have a chance, give me a call, and try that approach. I wish you luck with that, Doc, so I hope it works out. I think they're going through something right now. Big.
Right.
All right, good luck with that.
Sorry, Virginia, there's only one set of lottery numbers available, and it's
I
only
have
for
them,
tomorrow.
or I should. But I'll share. All right, so hold
Violet's psychic tonight, so you
I
can
wanted
take that
to
to the
respond
bank.
something to Violet. Yeah, so this should have been closed a while ago, Violet. I'm sorry I didn't pay attention to that. But yeah, we're stopping because it's 9 o'clock.
Yeah.
So we'll just do the readings we have left. Okay. So is it Ms. Victoria's turn?
Yes.
She wants lottery numbers?
Yes.
34, 5, 12, 19, 84. I don't know too many lottos that have it go up to 84 numbers.
It's 48.
It would have to be 48, yeah. But there is something we have in Michigan called the Keno, and that one at least goes up to 80, I think. I don't think it goes higher.
There's her real question.
Okay. We got a real question?
Yes, it's right there.
Ah, jeez. So they reposted it, but they've got an appointment for you. Maybe that posting went out before they decided to contact you or something? I don't know. Sometimes things cross like that. All right, go on.
The star reversed.
Ugh!
The King of Wands reversed.
Oh, man.
The Nine of Pentacles upright. Which is an upright card that is not always so good.
Well, I don't know. The Nine of Pentacles?
Oh, I'm sorry. I was thinking of something else. Sorry. Coffin. Touche. And key. The coffin is the key.
Well, the key is it might end before it starts. I'm not sure. The key is an ending.
No.
So this interview may not necessarily work out. I'm just saying. It might be possible. Well, look at the other cards here. Let's look at this. What did you start with, Mr. O?
I started with the star reversed.
So you already know they've reposted the job. So you are feeling a little bit pessimistic and doubtful that this is the place you're going to be able to, hang your hat, right? I think that's why the star is here. I thought about that when you pulled that. And that
I'll go with that. The King of Wands reversed.
The King of Wands reversed indicates that, you're really going to have to do a sell job with these people, and they may not just be buying anyway. The King of Wands reversed is they're just not seeing, that what you have to offer them. That's what I'm wondering.
That's a really good point.
And maybe, if they reposted the job after they saw your resume and it didn't cross, they might be thinking, could we do better than this? Maybe we should repost the job and see.
Right. The King of Wands clearly seems to indicate that you're not seeing each other as you want to be seen. They're not seeing you as you want them to see you, and possibly vice versa because of this, kind of knee-jerk reactions in a way.
Yeah, hey, cool. Sorry we can't get you in today. We're just going into overtime
we're
right now.
Closed for the evening.
Yeah. And so the final card?
The Nine of Pentacles, which is interesting to me because when I look at it and it sort of has that promise of saying, well, there's still something that is going to happen, or there's something that really sort of provides a level of comfort or continuity to some degree. And maybe it's the idea that although they posted again and that although, they're maybe looking at you again, they may be thinking maybe you or people like you are more important for another position, not necessarily the one. And so they may be just keeping you in reserve. You're on the branch for them. That's the Queen, the Nine of Pentacles in a way, somebody that's waiting for something to happen, waiting for something to kind of go out. Banshee doesn't agree necessarily.
No, I don't, because the Nine of Pentacles sounds like you've achieved a lot and you're surrounding yourself with beautiful things. And the one thing about the Nine of Pentacles too is being alone, enjoying the solitary life, which also makes me think that if this doesn't work out for you, I can't help but wonder if you aren't going to achieve something that you will be able to work out of your home at. With the Nine of Pentacles up there.
Yeah.
With the Nine of Pentacles, and I know you're looking for a job that you can work out of remotely. I'm almost feeling that, but it may not be this job. It may be something else, or it's possible.
That makes sense.
I'm not going to rule out what he said, that they may have you in mind for something else.
But that's why I was getting that, because I guess it was the idea that, there was something else that would still allow you, what you want to happen, working from home, and it wasn't exactly that.
I just think that 9 is telling me something is going to work out for you that's going to make you happy because you'll be able to work on your own. And it may, and maybe the key here is that something is going to come to an end before that happens. Something has to come to an end. And what's worrying me, Victoria, but you did say this job starts in January, which is kind of interesting to me, because I was just thinking maybe that coffin means the year has to end before something begins. It's just a thought I had, so I don't know. So I'm not going to rule out this job completely, but there's some things here that really don't look that good, or that maybe they may have something else in mind for you, or something else is going to come along that's going to work. I don't know. I'm flummoxed, but I'll tell you what, that 9 means something to me, and I really think it means you will be working from home. So
I'm going to go with that too.
Good luck with that.
Good luck.
Toby and you. Yes.
Madam.
So we on Pagani, right?
Yes.
Oh, Sun came as well on Alicia. Ah, that's another reason why we couldn't. Yep.
Pagani.
And
Message from the gods or angels for me.
What was that?
It's right there. Pagani.
Okay.
Message from the gods or angels for me in the moment.
Okay, let's do my reading for that. And I'll be using, all right, Shadowlands 2.
An unkempt woman? That's no, Violet, not you. Oh, kept woman.
Kept woman. What are you talking about? And that's Victoria. Oh, I see, madam. I don't know. All right. Well, it's a Five of Wands reversed. So you want a message from
the gods or angels.
The gods or angels for you at the moment.
Five of Wands. Reversed. So the gods or angels are saying maybe there is friction around you. There is maybe too much busyness, too much competition. Maybe you and others are trying too much for the same thing or kind of things, and that maybe, the gods or the angels wants one of you or the other to maybe put some perspective on that and realize that maybe you're working against each other. Maybe that's what the gods or angels are saying, is that you should be trying to work harder with other people rather than working against them, because you may be all trying to do very similar things.
Well, I like that. I think that, the Five of Wands is largely about your interactions with others, whether it's in the workplace or whether it's in other areas of your life. Friction within families, friction within friends, frictions within a workplace. And I think the gods want you to find, to try to be less stressful, to try to be the magnanimous person in the room, and to try to find ways to get people to work together rather than against each other, whether this is in your personal relations, your family life, or, in a workplace. They want you to find less stress through your communications or your interactions with others.
Aw, Violet, that sounds sweet.
Aw, that's cute.
Okay, why is it important?
Why is it important?
Six of Cups, upright. Well, it's important because you're going to remember this, that these feelings and actions you're doing or reconciling here will create better memories and associations with those people. Those people may actually be people you need to remain close to rather than having friction with or any kind of, disputes or strife.
I think it's important too. I like that. I think it's important too along those lines so that, you can keep the good times going. You are either in a situation, with family and friends, or, even in a workplace where, you want to keep harmony, you want to harmonize, and you want to build something together that is lasting and memorable. And you can't do that if everybody has different ideas and can't get along. Everybody needs to feel they belong in some way, and you do too. So there's this sense of trying to find a way to make everybody feel they're a part of something and that they're important to each other.
So where will this go to? And it's the Ace of Pentacles reversed.
Well, what this is leading to is something that is going to take a long time to really work out. Spirit realizes that maybe, the gods are saying that in time, you've got to give things more time to grow. And also, you're really going to have to put more effort into making this situation right in your life, Otherwise, you're going to start to feel really unmotivated.
Right. We have indicated that maybe the angels are saying that you shouldn't be overly competing with people. You should be trying to work with them, and that maybe this would provide for better memories and associations going forward. But having said that, it's still going to take some considerable effort, and that maybe this really is still keeping everybody engaged with each other. So it's really sounds like it's a project or a situation that's so much bigger than yourself even. And the gods or angels are saying to you that it's important that you keep your mind on that task.
So can I go ahead.
Okay, so the Lenormand on the matter gives us the fox and the stork.
Well, God, I want to kind of recap the other cards a little bit again, because I can't help but wonder, Pragati, if this doesn't have anything to do with career or business concerns, that I think Spirit wants you to be less competitive or worried about the competition, Just be yourself, just be yourself and not worry about what others think or do, try to be yourself through. And then what I wanted to say here, Six of Cups, is fall back on all of the things and resources that you have grown over time, that helped you grow over time. I guess I want to say it that way. The things that were important to you that makes you who you are, keep those close and just work harder. Work harder at trying to grow what it is you want to grow in your life. It's going to take time. I think I want to go that way with it and just say with the Lenormand that, there are new beginnings possible through hard work and effort. And it looks like new beginnings are possible, particularly maybe in your job and career realm, which is now where I think some of this may be coming from.
And I think that too, that it's probably more about work because of that fox there. But I think it's also saying too that with the realization that you have to do these things and that you have to try to keep creating these memories and good associations, that it's also going to be about the cleverness that you can bring to the situation. That to some degree you might, although you have to engage and work with others, you might still have to be the one that has that understanding that keeps people on the path, that it's about your cleverness and your sense of direction that's driving this.
Clear as mud.
Clear as mud.
No. So, good luck with that. I do think it's a message about how you approach, your career or jobs, especially if you are, in between or looking for something. I really think it's that more than anything, but it could also involve special projects that you are working on.
All right.
Don't worry about what others think. Just keep working and work hard. Good luck. That's where I think the Five of Wands comes in for me now. And where are we on? Sun, right? Sun Empress series. Hey, Sun Empress, we need a question.
Clear as mud and hot minute sounds like a hot mess.
Well, Violet, I just kind of feel some of these cards today, either it's my brain fog or it's a little murky. They've been very murky tonight.
So the question is basically about whether Alex is being coy about committing.
First I thought I dropped a Lenormand, but I don't see it.
Why did he block you but indicates that he likes you? How do you want to do that? Regular 3 cards?
Huh. Yeah, let's see what comes up in 3 cards, I think.
All right. Card 1. 3 of Swords upright.
Wow.
Wow, that sounds like Alex.
I don't know. Does it?
He blocked her.
Well, that sounds like you, not Alex. Come on.
Queen of Cups upright. And we never get answers like that. Well, maybe. The Magician reversed. But I'm almost ready to take that back. The Tower. I wonder if Alex is really strange all right, because the last 2 makes me feel like maybe he sort of doesn't want a relationship. He wants to be alone, and being, provocative is sort of like how he gets off, his gift to himself.
The Child is provocative?
Oh, I thought that was the bouquet. I'm sorry. The colors always look like the bouquet to me. I'm sorry.
Okay.
And I
it's
can't
a sippy
read.
cup.
I can't read.
It's a child sippy cup.
You're a sippy cup.
All right. What is that last card again, Mr. O?
The Magician reversed is the last card.
Alex seems
Mrs.
like
O.
he's playing some games here. And
It
yes,
does.
you do feel sad. I really think that card is for you, the 3 of Swords. And Alex is kind of playing
A
on your
trickster.
emotions, I think. He's trying to get a rise out of you. The Magician is a card of trickery when it's reversed. Somebody who is using power unwisely and their will unwisely. So I don't know what his game is here, because, I almost think he does care about you a bit, or he wanted to make you believe that. Because that's that Queen of Cups here. He wanted to make you believe he was attractive to you, but ultimately, when I'm looking at this, I'm just going to tell you what I see here, Sun Empress Aries. He's acting like a child, and he's putting these walls and barriers up and blocking you. The Tower can be about that. The Tower is like this big edifice that's got no windows, or few windows, and is tall and foreboding. It's like these barriers that have been put up. Sometimes it means that they are deliberately isolating themselves. It's possible too that maybe, I'm just going to say, they might be going through a bad time right now, and they're having some kind of hissy fit, and they're just treating you badly because of whatever happened to them. And, that should say a lot about them too, really. Do you really want a person like that?
Once you get to those late teens, early 20s, and adulthood, the guys just aren't keeping up with the women. The women are more mature than the guys, and the guys are still kind of, running on, physicality. And I feel this reading really does express the idea that you're in pain or you're hurt because, this trickster thing is happening. The Magician reversed, maybe not so much a trickster as just somebody who delights in doing things that are contrary to free will and goodwill, that they're sort of using their powers negatively.
Yeah.
They're a dark magician, even if they're not a magical person. And although I said takes delight in maybe being isolated because of what they're doing, that's the thought that came to me. But being a child and immature works to the same purpose. That this is a person who sort of doesn't care about how they block you and how they isolate themselves, not only from you, but from everybody else probably.
Yeah, you're having no luck at all. I see why you're saying older people. For a long time now, I've just been reading about how young males, in this country are really, I won't say they're lost, but that there are just, what?
Infantile.
There are a lot of issues, there are a lot of issues. And, there have been a lot of studies as to why. I can't give you the actual reasons, but, you're looking for somebody with a level of maturity at the very least. And I'm sure there are young people out there with that sense of maturity, Just gotta find them, Empress Aries. I'm sorry.
Well, the idea of a nerd has evolved over 20 to 30 years or longer, that nerds aren't necessarily sexually repressed incel type people who are smarter but still kind of immature. Now a nerd could be somebody who just has a decision that they just sort of want to do bad things to get reactions because, number one, they can put it on their social media and get all of their nerdy incelish friends to say, attaboy, attaboy, attaboy.
Well, sadly, that's what the cards are indicating today. Hey,
of course, son. Men are grown until they're probably 49. I don't know.
Okay, we're almost half hour into overtime, so
Yeah.
we got Alicia and Violet.
Oh,
You're done.
do we?
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, there it is. Okay, so we're done. There you go.
But that is what we have for you. I'm sorry it couldn't be better. Gee.
You're welcome.
Good luck.
So, Alicia, are you still here?
Hey, Alicia.
You know we owe you.
Thank you again for that donation. That was really wonderful. Thank you.
No, please.
I know. We haven't. Hey, there was at least one romantic reading, I think, that came out okay today, and it was actually a cells.
We got to get something right for somebody.
Yeah.
Okay, so in terms of romance, anything that you should know, is that how we should word it?
Yes.
All right, so,
Or you just want anything that you should know in general. Because maybe she doesn't want to focus on romance.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Okay, so, whose deck did we use? Was it mine? It was.
Yeah. So it's Dancing in the Dark then for me.
Well, I hope so, because then you'll have to pull us along if you're still holding our hand.
Wait, are you?
And then we'll all make it together.
Are you sure? Maybe it is your deck, because I have these over here.
Yeah, I know.
Well, I'll do mine. It's okay. But then
Romance,
wait,
please.
do yours, because I'm doing Violet the Everyday Witch, so.
Right.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Okay, so anything you should know in the romance department.
We shall see. Let's do 3 cards and
All
just
right.
see what's out there.
And I'm using Star Spinner Tarot again. And they're sliding all over the place. Sit down, Sonny.
I know. What is the deal, huh? Not enough hugs for me? Oh. There. Is that better? Yeah. What about Rami? You're so silly.
5 of Cups.
Upright?
Upright.
Seriously?
I like it, though. I mean, I like the image on the card.
Yeah, well, that's about all.
Queen of Coins. Upright. Four of Wands reversed.
It's not bad.
Not bad.
Here.
The Star. And the bear. The panda bear. So the 5 of Cups is upright, and it can mean that, maybe what you need to know is that emotionally you may have this feeling, that things are just not exactly the way you want. You may feel like your cups are halfway empty rather than halfway full. Things of that sort. You may feel that maybe some people are out of your life and or for too long and you want to come back, but you're not really sure about it. So you have feelings, that maybe you need to acknowledge that you have those feelings. That's what you need to know, and that it's okay to feel like, you're worried about whether you're going to be alone or whether you'll have someone emotionally. It's okay for you to wonder about that.
Well, Alicia, I think at least what you need to know right now about romance in your life is that, don't dwell on the losses. Don't dwell on the fact that maybe even you're alone right now. Instead, look to the opportunities that are still out there, because there are some. The Five of Cups, all 5 cups are not spilled over. There are 2 cups generally in the cards, usually, that are still standing. And what it means is that all is not lost in your love life because you're alone right now. And it's easy to feel the pains of loneliness as opposed to having to go out and seek a new adventure, a new love in your life. And I think with the Queen of Pentacles here, this is saying, give yourself some space and time to really come back together as far as love and romance goes. Make sure that you feel comfortable within yourself. You're no longer dwelling on lost disappointment and that there's nothing out there for me, and that, that things will start looking up, that you deserve love in your life.
I think that the Queen of Coins, Pentacles, Discs, upright, is also an opportunity to look at yourself and say, I'm a good person all on my own. I am a complete person. I'm a person that has a multitude of interests, a multitude of activities, or whatever range you want to believe in. But the idea that you have a sense of completeness about you, and that, of course, we all want to have somebody, to cherish in our lives, but it isn't the sole definition of what our lives is about.
And finally,
the Four of Wands.
The
reversed.
4 of Wands reversed indicates that, I feel like for now, that if anything happens or develops, it may not be super long term. That there may be some dating going on. There might be some simple pleasures, some outings with some, one or more people. It may not be anything that gets to a really serious level.
Yeah, I'm not sure if I feel that exactly, but I do get the feeling like the Four of Wands is saying that you are working on building up what you want to have in terms of relationships in your life, romance or otherwise. And so this is saying you're trying to create a house where everything is welcome. And that house can be metaphoric as well as physical. Maybe you want to have a physical place where you feel free to entertain friends or other people. But it also could mean that you want to have this thing that you are building for yourself, are managing, that's the Queen of Coins, to be the right place for you. And that it may not have exactly everything you want, but it's going to always be, to some degree, a work in progress.
When I see the bear and I see the star here, there's a couple things that come to mind. And one is that, the bear, be empowered in knowing that your destiny is out there in love and romance. It is out there. Don't lose hope. Just be empowered in knowing you deserve love and that it is still out there. And another reason I'm saying that, Alicia, is because I think the star falls in line with the 2 remaining cups in the 5 of Cups. It's saying, you may have loved and lost, or maybe things have been dry for a while, etc. But there is something out there still. It is there, and keep hope on that, because it can manifest. We bring to us, our thoughts don't define, but they really do influence our reality. And so if you think the positive thoughts that you deserve love, you're empowered to go after what you want in life, I think it's still out there. Remain hopeful.
And when I look at the bear and the stars on each side of the Queen of Coins, I sort of think like it's sort of like her in a way too. It's what she does. She's a mama bear of her own sort. She is a super strong person, and she knows she has a destiny to move towards. So I think that this is saying that something will happen. You just can't necessarily put a stopwatch on it.
That's what we have for you. I wish you luck on that. Good luck.
Good luck, Alicia.
All is not lost. So kind of positive. It wasn't too painful. Yep.
You're welcome.
Sonny has flown the coop for the moment. He may jump back before we're done. But we're on Violet. And I see what you're saying there, Violet, right? So you want to know if things really are turning around and good things are coming to you since the eclipses are all done now. Boy, let's hope so, eh? And I'll get the Witch's Tarot, Everyday Witch.
Well, I don't know that we're saying nothing's going to happen for a long time. I'm just not sure that we're seeing anything immediate. Alicia?
Right. So, I like to think that some of these readings, unless somebody asks a question for something really long term, that they could be for maybe a month to 3 months, but not longer than that, unless somebody like, say, Lena asks for a reading for the year ahead and stuff like that. So, yeah. So it could just be a dry spell in the month of November, Alicia. Well, Violet, let's see if the cards are kind to you. It's been a topsy-turvy night of reading, I have to say.
Yeah.
All right. Man. The Nine of Cups is reversed. The Page of Swords is upright. Come on, Mr. O. Give us something good.
The Three of Cups is reversed.
I have to say something, though, Violet. We all have to watch ourselves, and you know this, too. You sat there and you said, well, my CPSTD, I'm always thinking the rug is going to pull out from under me, and what do we get? Ironically enough, the Page of Swords is in the middle, and that's about communication. So what you communicate to the universe here can be very important. What do you have?
The Ring.
Oh.
Clover.
Ooh. All right. I think I like where this is going. You've been feeling as if nothing is working out. You can't seem to focus on what it is you truly want to manifest. Or maybe some of the things that you wanted to manifest just aren't turning out the way you hoped they would. Something is wrong here as far as your wishes, your desires go. It may be time to reevaluate and reassess what you're hoping to achieve or accomplish, what your goals are, and see if they are truly right for you. It may just be that right now there's just a lot of blockages and obstacles towards achieving your goals. And, go ahead.
I think that this represents, Violet, that there are external forces that have more to do with you not achieving there, but that the Page of Swords indicates you do have these abilities. You have this, but you are dealing with some external forces that are happening. the things that cause the CPT, etc., as well as some of the other situations in your life. So it's up to you to try to keep your sword up there, keep hope alive, keep your idea about the ambition that you want to be there.
Well, aside from what I said earlier about what we communicate to the universe, I mean, if we're always expecting the worst is going to happen to us for whatever reasons, we often invite in what we expect and anticipate.
Whistling past the graveyard at midnight or borrowing trouble.
And so when I see that, I worry about the way you communicate. Watch that. Try to communicate more that, yes, the eclipses are done and I'm expecting and great things are going to follow, and I'm going to have it all together. I do feel here with what I said with the Nine of Cups, though, that Page of Swords could be about how do you, and especially when I'm seeing what's coming ahead with the Three of Cups reverse, how do you delicately dance and navigate through struggles like this? When you have obstacles to your goals and wishes, it's important that you are careful in how you navigate this and not be somebody who just allows the setbacks to overwhelm them, but your ability to dance and rise above them, and analyze the situation and what is wrong and practically think about what it is you need to do to manifest what you desire.
If this represents externals or non-externals, bad luck or your wish not happening, the clover represents the possibility that your wish will happen, but you have to make a commitment to that.
I think I haven't addressed the Three of Cups, and the Three of Cups
Neither have I.
Yeah, and I would rather do that first, in my case this time. The Three of Cups is, saying that, because it seems like you're struggling still to get, to get this delicate balance and everything the way it should be, that there really isn't that much reason to celebrate right now, And maybe there are some externals that are working against you here. There's some maybe issues in the family that you're worried and stressing about. There may be, you've got LB to take care of. You've got other things in your life that may be also putting a damper on you moving towards your goals. These are just things you're going to have to dance and work through, like I said. But if you commit yourself to a positive path, to the idea that you can turn this around, you can manifest good things now, that the worst is behind you, luck will be with you. Destiny and luck is with you. But I think you have to make a commitment, to doing that dance and rising above this and making sure that all the intent you communicate, it's one thing to say you've been feeling more positive lately, but then you said in there, you think the bottom's going to drop out. So, which is it? Okay? So try to banish those thoughts that the floor is going to fall out from underneath you.
It really is about that. You have to work on having a more positive attitude in those regards. This really does suggest to me that, it is more about your emotional feeling than possibly factual information you have, that, you are maybe feeling too personally about some of the issues that are bothering you. And if you can at least be able to bring that in, to say to yourself, well, I know these make me feel bad. I know that I'm going through them, but I also know that they may not be real, that they may just be what I feel. That will help to change that idea. And you're going to have to differentiate between what is maybe the borrowing trouble, the emotionality that you're letting yourself feel, and what is the truth, the things that you actually know are real and that you can relate to.
Well, it's interesting you brought up your hubby's health. Yeah, you're worried, you're concerned about that. So really, all of your stuff is not over yet with the eclipses because you're still working on that issue too. And that could be playing a role in here, as to why things are the way they are. And also, with the with the, I'm wondering here too if this isn't saying that your luck and fate isn't tied to somebody you're committed to right now, and maybe that's it until this whole thing gets resolved, with your husband, and at least more definitively where things stand. It's kind of, leaving things in a little bit of a precarious state for you. So good luck with that. I don't think all is lost here, especially when you do have the clover in the reading, I do think maybe there is some shift and change for the better happening, but it's still going to play out for a little bit yet. And your attitude also is going to have a lot to do with that. So good luck with that. Wow. Woo! Anyway, these cards today were a trip.
Well then, another well-deserved show has been put to bed.
And I've got to get busy on cards of the day, etc. I'll never get to sleep. And the worst part of it is, I forgot to write down the time my appointment is tomorrow. And I'm not even sure when I'm supposed to be there. So I have to be able to get myself up early and shower and call them at 8 o'clock to find out, or 8:30, whenever they open, to find out. I really think it's 10 o'clock, but I'm not sure. So, anyway. Yeah, oops. So I got to get busy, so we're going to say goodbye. I want to thank everybody for just, wow, a challenging show today, I just have to say.
You stop it right now, all of you.
We hope you come back despite some of the crazy news we gave you. And we appreciate you. We love you. Take care, everybody. And we and Sunny will see you soon. Bye-bye.